We've still got some more games in round 20, and having talked about some other games, it's time to talk about the remainder of the games happening for round 20 this weekend. Starting with you, Victor, there's not much between both Brentford and Everton in terms of points gathered and form at the moment. But who will you lean towards if you were to pick a winner between both sides?
This one's probably one of the toughest ones to predict this weekend. I think Everton's home stadium magic has kind of gone away a bit in recent weeks. And Brentford, on the other hand, had lost five in a row away from home before they beat Wolves at the Molineux. If you ask me, paper calculations, of course, aren't that much of a thing, but this one has draw written all over it. But if I absolutely have to pick a winner, I'm leaning Everton's way.
Interesting, Everton. Okay, fair point. And over to you, Max. Fulham are unbeaten in their last four league games. They have three wins and one draw. Is there a possibility that they can make life difficult for Liverpool at the weekend?
I mean, this season it definitely can happen in any game for the Liverpool, but I for some reason feel like they're even playing better on road than at home, at least recently. And I would probably say they're heavy favorites, at least for me, because I watched a couple of Fulham games and I wouldn't say that they're so convincing. And I would probably say that this is type of teams that Liverpool usually win. So I would probably say I see Liverpool winning here, but there's a little slight chance for the draw.
Interesting. And back to you, Victor. And the question is, how have Crystal Palace suddenly gotten so bad? I remember at the start of the season, we were talking about them in top four discussions, but now it's far from that. And also, what kind of game are we expecting from Crystal Palace against Newcastle?
How have things gotten so bad? The thin squad in terms of quality, European commitments, everyone knowing that the captain and the coach are both leaving in the summer at the latest. It's an odd season for them. On one hand, first ever European campaign, started the season with winning the Community Shield, putting together a solid run of results. On the other hand, there might, for some portions of the squad, there might be a bit of a sense of what's the point for them. Still, I've backed them to not lose in our predictions show, and I think they'll give Newcastle a proper run for their money. Palace are not in huge trouble. It's just a sensation of meh about the season right now. Things feel this way now, but they might feel very different when they make it to the quarterfinals of the Conference League.
Yeah, fair enough. We'll wait and see. And just on a final note for this video, Mark, the bookmakers have Tottenham as favourites to win against Sunderland. Do you agree with this one?
Honestly, I would never put Spurs as a favorites against any team, even against Wolves. But it just feels like it's quite strange that Sunderland that didn't really drop a lot after most of their players flew to the AFCON. They played three draws in a row. And I for some reason feel like it's gonna happen again, and probably again a goalless draw, because Spurs are not convincing an attack, while Sunderland, I say, quite decent in defense, because if you didn't let Man City to score, why would you let Spurs score? Because these guys are reaching 0.05 XG majority of the games. It just feels like probably both teams are not scoring this game.
Yeah, fair enough. Again, we'll just have to wait and see how this game will unfold. And those are our thoughts ahead of round 20. It promises to be an exciting week. And let me make the first prediction of the year to say we are going to get a weekend of chaos. And I expect some very, very funny results as well. And as usual, we'll be here to discuss all the best bits and talking points in our Premier League recap. So stay tuned so you don't miss out.